students, welcome back to the session of Rutherford scattering formula. So in this session we will be discussing about the Rutherford scattering formula. So with the help of Rutherford scattering formula, what actually we are going to obtain is, we all know that we had a target and alpha particles were made to incident on this target. So the alpha rays were scattered in different directions, right? So this is alpha ray experiment, alpha ray scattering experiment. So the alpha rays were getting deflected with an angle of theta, where theta is known as the scattering angle. So this scattered radiation were detected with the help of the detector, right? So this we have seen in our previous video. This is the detector. Okay, so now what does Rutherford scattering formula says actually is, if you are inserting a n number of alpha particles on this target, so how many number of alpha particles are being getting scattered in or striking the target, or at what angle are they are getting deviated. So this we are going to find out with the help of this Rutherford scattering formula. Okay, now let us recall the important factor that we have discussed. One is, that is nothing but the impact parameter, right? So impact parameter is nothing but the perpendicular distance from the initial direction to the point of the to the center of the nucleus, or this is what we call as an impact parameter, right? See, let us consider an atom which is consisting of a positively charged nucleus, right? So this is your nucleus. So now we have certain alpha particles which are directed towards this target nucleus. So those new alpha rays which are getting incident, okay, very head-on collision, or which is approaching near to that of the nucleus. So we can see that there will be a scattering of those alpha particles. So those alpha particles which are a little bit incident away from the nucleus, so we can see that they passes undeviated. So what is impact parameter? Impact parameter means the perpendicular distance of the alpha particle from the original velocity or the initial velocity. So that is what we call it as the impact parameter, and impact parameter is represented by the symbol small p, and we have obtained the derivation for impact parameter, that is p is equal to b divided by 2 into cot of theta by 2, where theta is known as the scattering angle. So we should remember these formulas. Okay, so what we are going to exactly measure here means, first let us initially consider this diagram. See, those alpha particles which are incident little bit near to that of the nucleus, so they have a chance, or they have a probability of getting scattered, and those which are incident little bit away, they passes undeviated. So let us consider from keeping this nucleus as the center, and let us consider a sphere, okay, so of radius which is equal to the impact parameter, such that the probability or fraction number of alpha particles that are getting deviated within this area, so it can be written as f is equal to pi into p square into t into n. Okay, so what do you mean by this pi into p square into t into n means? See, let us consider. See, what we are speaking about? We are speaking about the fraction number of alpha particles which are getting deflected. Okay, so those which are getting deflected in the presence of this positively charged nucleus, right? Now, so what is this pi into p square? So this is nothing but, p is nothing but the impact parameter, pi into p square, so this gives the area, right? So now what is t? T is nothing but the thickness of this target, okay, where you are going to incident the alpha particles. T is your thickness, and n is nothing but the number of atoms, okay, which are present in a unit volume. So what does this F gives? So F gives the probability that the particles are getting scattered by keeping this nucleus at the center, or keeping this nucleus as the center, and this impact parameter P as the radius. So those particles which are passing through this area, definitely they will get scattered by an scattering angle of theta. Got it, students? I'll repeat once again. Let us take this P as the radius, where P is the impact parameter. So keeping this nucleus as the center, if I draw keeping this impact parameter as a radius, so we will get a circle. Okay, so the area of this circle can be written as pi into P square. Okay, so whenever those particles, that is alpha particles, which are crossing this area, okay, or which are passing through this area, pi into P square, they have a chance of getting deflected definitely, or they will definitely get scattered. Okay, and what is T? T is nothing but the thickness of the gold foil, that is the target or the gold foil. And what does N gives? So N gives the number of atoms or nuclei so present in the target per unit volume. So this is the value of N. So what is the probability of the deflection of the alpha particles within this area, pi into P square, means that can be written as F is equal to pi into P square into T into N. Now we have the expression for P as B by 2 into cot theta by 2. So if you substitute this value, F is equal to pi into N into T, keep it as it is. So substitute the value of P. So we get B by 2 into cot of theta by 2 the whole square. Right. Now if I simplify this, we will get F is equal to pi N T B square by 4, and it is cot square theta by 2. Okay. Now rearranging this, we get 1 by 4 pi N T into B square into cot square theta by 2. So this is the equation. Now let us find, or let us differentiate this equation with respect to theta. So such that you will get what is the number of alpha particles which are getting deflected within an scattering angle of theta and theta plus d theta. Got it, students? If I differentiate, let us take this as equation number 1. So if I differentiate this equation, you will get the probability, okay, of the number of alpha particles that are getting scattered within a scattering angle of theta and theta plus d theta. So therefore df is equal to, so 1 by 4 pi N T B square is constant. Since we are differentiating with respect to theta, so therefore differentiation of cot square theta can be written as 2 into cot theta by 2 into cosecant square theta by 2 into d theta divided by 2. So this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. Of course, when you differentiate this cot square theta, definitely you will be having a negative sign here. Okay, so therefore df is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi N T B square cot of theta by 2 into cosecant square of theta by 2 into d theta. So the previous equation that we had is df is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi N T B square cot of theta by 2 into cosecant square of theta by 2 into d theta. Now here cot theta can be written as minus 1 by 4 pi N T into B square into cos theta by 2 whole divided by sin of theta by 2 into cosecant square of theta by 2 into d theta. Right. Now I can write this equation, that is multiply and divide by sin of theta by 2. So what happens? df is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi N T into B square cos of theta by 2 into sin of theta by 2. Why? Because we are multiplying with sin theta by 2. So in the numerator we have sin theta by 2, and cos square theta by 2 can be written as 1 divided by sin square of theta by 2 into d theta. Here we have this sin theta by 2. So sin square into sin theta by 2 again it is multiplied by sine theta by 2. So in the denominator we will get sine to the power of theta to the power of sine to the power of 4 into theta by 2. So this can be written as cos of theta by 2 into sine of theta by 2, the whole divided by sine square into sine, it will be sine to the power of 4 into theta by 2 into d theta. So after simplifying this, we can write this equation as df is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi n t into b square into 1 by 2 into sine theta divided by sine to the power of 4 into theta by 2 into d theta. So therefore df is equal to minus 1 by 8 pi n into t into b square into sine theta divided by sine to the power of 4 into theta by 2 into d theta. So this equation also gives the probability of alpha particles striking the target within an area of radii p and p plus dp. So within this area, so how many number of particles are getting been scattered? So this equation gives the probability or the number of alpha particles or chance of alpha particles getting scattered with an angle of scattering angle as theta and theta plus d theta. So let us move on further with the help of this diagram. Here we have the foil, that is the target, and here we have the source of alpha particles. And here we have considered a certain target area. So what is this target area means? See, in the actual experiment what happens, the scattered alpha particles that are detected by the detector falling normally on a constant area, so which is kept at a distance of r, okay, and r plus dr. So in this area of the target nucleus, so what is the number of alpha particles that is being getting scattered, that will be detected by the detector, okay. So in the diagram we can see that, so here we have a direction of scattered alpha particle, so which is get scattered by an angle theta, and here we have another alpha particle, that is a trajectory of the alpha particle which is getting scattered by an angle theta plus d theta. So therefore this angle will be d theta, okay. Now since the screen is placed or the detector is placed at a distance of r from this foil, so therefore using this diagram we can write the radius of this target element as r into sine theta. So therefore with the help of this diagram we can write the expression for the area of the target as, so we can write the area of the target as A is equal to 2 pi r. So this will be the circumference of that circle into sine theta into r into d theta, where r into d theta will get you the thickness of that shaded area, okay. So this shaded area, so our blackened area is r into d theta, okay, and this, what is the thickness, is nothing but r into d theta. So what is the radius of this is r sin theta, and what is the circumference, it is 2 pi r, okay. So from this we have to calculate the number of alpha particles that is being detected which are getting scattered at an angle theta and theta plus d theta. So here we have the expression for the area, or area can be written as r into r, it is r square, so it is 2 pi r square sin theta into d theta. So now we can write the fraction number of alpha particles that is being getting deflected at the cross-sectional area of the screen, which is kept at a distance of r from the target element, as nf is equal to df. So we have already calculated the value of df, that is here, okay. So this gives the number of fraction number of alpha particles which are getting scattered by an angle theta and theta plus d theta. So that is df divided by the total area of the circular ring. So this is the fraction or fraction of alpha particles falling on the area of cross section of the target element placed at a distance of r. So we have the expression for df as 1 by 8 pi n t into b square into sine theta divided by sine to the power of 4 into theta by 2 into d theta, and area as 2 pi r square into sine theta into d theta. See here in the value of df that we have calculated, here we have the negative sign, but here while calculating nf we will be taking only the modulus, that is only the positive sign. Okay, so hence we are neglecting the, or we are omitting the negative sign in this equation. So the equation that we had is 1 by 8 pi n t b square into sine theta divided by sine to the power of 4 into theta by 2 into d theta. So this divided by that is 2 pi r square sine theta into d theta. So this was our previous equation. So now if I simplify this, it is nf is equal to, I'll take this 1 by 8 here, pi n t into b square into sine theta into d theta. Here we have 1 divided by sine to the power of 4 into theta by 2. So that can be written as cosecant to the power of 4 into theta by 2, the whole divided by pi r square into sine theta into d theta. Here sine theta, d theta gets cancelled. So therefore pi gets cancelled, and 8 into, sorry, here we have 2, 8 into 2 is 16. So it is nf is equal to n t b square cosecant to the power of 4 theta by 2 divided by 16 r square. So this is the value of nf. Okay. Now if I take n naught as the number of alpha particles incident, or you can take it as ni, no problem. Number of alpha particles incident, and the number of alpha particles that are getting scattered is, so we have the previous equation, that is the probability of number of particles which are getting deviated or deflected with an angle of theta and theta plus d theta is given by n t b square cosecant to the power of 4 into theta by 2, the whole divided by 16 into r square. Now let us calculate, or let us assume that if n naught is the number of alpha particles that are incident or directed towards the alpha, that is directed towards the target. Okay, or let us take it as incident on the target, then the number of alpha particles that is being getting deflected within an angle of theta and theta plus d theta is given by n is equal to nf into n naught. So therefore the above equation can be simplified as nf. What is the value of nf we have? That is n into t into b square divided by 16 r square into cosecant to the power of 4 into theta by 2 into n naught. So if I rearrange this equation, it can be written as n naught into small n into t into b square divided by 16 r square into cosecant to the power of 4 into theta divided by 2. But we know the value of b as z e square divided by pi epsilon naught m into v square. So this was the value of b. So substitute the value of b in this equation. We get n is equal to n naught n into t divided by 16 r square into cosecant to the power of 4 whole into theta by 2 into z e square divided by pi epsilon naught m into v square, the whole square. Now if I take this 16 as 4 square and keeping this r square as it is, and if I send inside, so it will be equal to 16 r square itself. Therefore that is n is equal to n naught into n into t into cosecant to the power of 4 into theta by 2 into z e square divided by 4. 16 square, sorry, 4 square is 16, since we have square here. 4 square is 16 and r, if you square this again you will get r square. You can take it outside or you can keep this as it is, no problem. So pi epsilon naught m into v square whole square. So if you square this equation, you will be getting this equation. So this equation is what we call it as the Rutherford scattering formula. Okay, so this is this question that is appeared in May-June 2019 examination, students. Okay, this scattering formula will mainly depends on the following factors. That is, it will depend directly as that is cosecant to the power of theta by 2. So it will depend on this equation, this factor. And second factor is it depends on the thickness. Okay, and it also depends on the charge. Okay, that is square of the charge, and it also depends on the kinetic energy of alpha particle. So these are the factors on which the number of alpha particles getting scattered within an angle of theta and theta plus d theta will depend. Okay, thank you.